Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel, B&B CBS Gossip. 24 Finn stood behind his office desk, coat-off shirt, half untucked, breath ragged across from him. April's cheeks were flushed, her blouse half unbuttoned, her eyes full of hurt and longing. They had just succumbed to a moment of weakness, a suppressed attraction, a shared vulnerability in the long nights of hospital. Emotional intimacy that had now crossed the boundary. Neither of them expected a witness, but life in the Spencer-Forrester orbit rarely allowed for privacy. In the corridor, Luna's footsteps echoed. She carried a folder of research charts. She had come to Finn's office for a consultation, believing he had stayed late on patient notes. She paused outside the slightly ajar door, noticing a low, intimate moan. Her heartbeat hammered. She recognized April's voice. The color drained from her face. She froze through the partially open door. She saw Finn's face, desperate, remorseful. April's posture tearing between regret and passion. Luna's world tilted. A piece of paper slipped from her hand. It fluttered to the floor with a soft thud. Finn broke off mid-embrace. April gasped. Finn's eyes went wide. April's face paled. Luna, Finn murmured, voice cracking. April scrambled to button her blouse. Luna, this is not what it looks like. Luna stood rigid, tears welling. She swallowed hard. Her voice shook. Dad, did you cheat on Steffy? Finn flinched. He took a step toward his daughter. Luna, please. But she held up a hand. Her eyes burned. Don't please me. Don't excuse yourself. You cheated on Steffy with April. Her voice was raw, louder than she meant. The folder tumbled to her feet. Shock, pain, and silence. Finn closed his eyes and exhaled. April, trembling, spoke softly. Luna, this was a mistake. I didn't want you to see this. Luna's knees threatened to give. She brushed past April, heading to the desk, grabbing the folder. Her voice cracked. A mistake. So this was a mistake. She looked at Finn. You swore loyalty, swore love. You lied. Finn opened his arms, eyes anguished. I never meant to hurt her, or you, or Steffy. This he paused, seeming to search for words. We were both lonely. We felt closeness, but it doesn't excuse what happened. I can't take it back. Luna's taste spilled. She swallowed hard. I believed in you. You were supposed to protect us. You're supposed to stand by her, by your family. Her fingers trembled as she gripped the folder. How many times did you lie to hide this? April wiped a tear away. Voice small. Luna, if you want me to leave, I'll go, just let me. Luna turned on her heel. Voice trembling with rage and heartbreak. Yes, you leave. Leave now. She pointed to the door. Get out, both of you, and don't come back until you have answers. April nodded quickly. Tears streaming, she fled the office. Finn stood paralyzed, watching her go. Luna's shoulders shook. She dropped the folder, pressed her hand to her lips, then turned to Finn. Her eyes were fierce. Dad, how could you? She whispered bitterly. How long was this going on? Were there times when you looked at me and pretended nothing was wrong? When you smiled at me while lying on her? Finn's face crumpled. He reached for her. Luna, I'm so sorry. I never stopped loving your mother. Steffy, this was a lapse, a terrible, horrible lapse. Luna recoiled back to the wall. Lapse, so you say, but a lapse can't hide. Weeks, months, whatever you were doing. She shook her head in pain. I don't even know who you are anymore. Finn's voice cracked. I can try to explain. Please, just let me. She cried out, voice breaking. No, not tonight. I can't bow tonight. And with that, she fled from the office, nearly stumbling down the corridor. Tears flooding her heart ached, not just for Steffy, but for the image of the father she thought she knew. Aftermath. Steffy learns. Several hours later, in the Forrester mansion's living room, Steffy sat by the fireplace, staring at her phone. She should have been done for the night, but tension had gripped her ever since she sensed Finn's absence. He had told her he'd be in the hospital late. She believed him. She felt something off, something unsaid. Her phone lit a message from Luna. Meet me at the house. Urgent. Steffy rose, heart pounding, rushing across town to Luna's apartment. She knocked. Luna opened the door, eyes red and blistered with tears. Mom, Luna sobbed. Steffy rushed in, took Luna into her arms. Sweetheart. What's wrong? Luna backed off, voice brittle. Where's Dad been? What's been going on? She pressed. I saw him in his office with April. She wept. Dad, you cheated on you with April. Steffi's face went white. She swallowed. Luna, are you sure? Luna nodded, sobbing harder. I saw them. Their bodies were Steffi. I don't know how long, but I saw everything. Steffi's legs trembled. She sank into the sofa, covering her face. Luna knelt beside her, wrapping arms around her mother. The revelation struck like a dagger. Steffi whispered, voice tremulous. April, Finn, April. Yes, Luna's voice wobbled. She left when she saw me, but Dad didn't stop her. He froze. Steffi's face screwed in anguish. Oh God, oh Luna. I'm so sorry you had to see that. She clutched Luna. I'll go talk to him. I deserve truth. Luna nodded, tears falling. Go, Mom. I can't right now. I just needed you to know. Steffi rose, fists clenched. Stay here. I'll be back. She rushed out. Confrontation. Finn and Steffi faced the truth. When Steffi reached Finn's office, the door stood slightly open. Her heart hammered. She pushed inside. Finn turned startled. His face fell. Steffi. Steffi slapped him, her voice shaking. How could you? He recoiled. Steffi, please. Steffi crossed her arms, tears in her eyes. Don't, please. Me explain. He swallowed, eyes anguished. I made a mistake, a terrible one. It never should have happened. April and I, we shied grief, loneliness a moment, but it doesn't excuse it. She shook her head. Voice, face a mistake. You betrayed our trust, our vows. My mother saw it. He exhaled. Luna walked in on us. She saw everything. I hate myself for it. Steffi placed a hand gently on his face. I believed in you. I trusted you. How am I supposed to believe again? He closed his eyes. I don't expect forgiveness now, but I promise I will tell you everything. I'll stop this. I'll make it right. Whatever it takes. Steffi's eyes burned. I don't know if whatever it takes is enough anymore. She turned and walked out, leaving Finn alone, his heart raw, devastated. Luna's turmoil and searching answers. Luna sat curled on her bedroom floor at her apartment, staring at the empty doorway. Emotion roiled. Anger, betrayal, heartbreak, confusion. She thought of Steffi, her mother, the woman she loved, and felt guilt that she had witnessed her mother's heartbreak. She thought of Finn, the man she respected, depended on, and felt disgust. She dug out her phone, typed messages to her close friends, to Taylor, if Taylor is part of the cast, to anyone who could help her process. But ultimately, she dropped the phone and curled into a tighter ball. Time passed. She stared at the wall, mind racing. How long was Steffi blind? Do they plan? This is April pregnant. The questions multiplied. Eventually she rose, pacing. She needed answers, but she couldn't approach her father yet. Not until she calmed. She needed somewhere to go, to breathe, to decide what she believed. At Forrester Creations, rumors spread. The next morning in the Forrester mansion, rumors were already whispered in the halls. Models exchanging receipts of gossip. Designers glancing at each other, uneasy. Everyone knew something massive had happened. Steffi returned home. She found Ridge in his study, head bent over sketches. She entered quietly. Dad, she whispered. He looked up, concern in his face. What's happened? Luna said something. Steffi shook, tears in her eyes. It's worse than rumors. It's true. Finn and April. Rich stood jaw tight. He cheated. Steffi nodded. Luna saw them. She told me. I just talked to Finn. He admitted there was a lapse. Rich. Sighs darkened. That's sacrilege. He paced, voice low. This fractures everything. Steffi, Luna, the family's relationships. He turned to his daughter. Do you want me to confront him or let you? Steffi exhaled. I'll do it, but I need you behind me. We need strength evidence, not just anger. Ridge nodded, always at Steffi's house, planning next moves. Steffi assembled Liam, Ridge, and perhaps Thomas, if cast in her living room. They hashed out a strategy, talk to Finn, demand full confession, seek proof, texts, messages, surveillance. Steffi insisted on dignity and fairness, not drama, but she would not be humiliated. Luna joined later with puffy eyes. She stayed quiet, listening, her face gaunt. Liam put a protective arm around Steffi. We'll stand with you. He glanced at Luna, and with her Ridge, nodded. We face this together as a family, but there will be consequences. They all knew. The fallout would reshape relationships, power dynamics, trust, cliffhanger, secrets lurking deeper that night. Finn sat in his office in darkness, lights off, staring at his reflection in the glass. He whispered into the silence. What have I done? He scrolled messages on his phone, late texts from April, revealing emotional confusion, tears, regret. He saw her messages. I never meant to cross that line. I don't want to hurt you. Or Steffy. When will this torment end? He trembled. He knew he had to erase every secret, open every closet, or risk losing everything. Little did he know, someone else had already intercepted those texts. Someone else was backing up every file. Someone was preparing ammunition. The truth might not be enough to protect him. Part 2. The fallout. The morning light crept across the Forrester mansion like a spotlight, sharp and exposing. Inside the house was silent, except for the rhythmic ticking of the old clock by the window, a sound Steffy had grown to dread during sleepless nights. She hadn't slept at all. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw Finn's face, guilt, sorrow, and that flicker of helplessness when he admitted that April's name haunted her. The betrayal gnawed at her chest like fire in her lungs. But today there would be no silence. Today, she would face him again, and the light won the showdown. Finn arrived at the house mid-morning, his face drawn and pale. He carried no medical bag, no excuse, just the quiet hope of a man about to lose everything. Steffy met him at the door. Her voice was cold and composed. Come in. We're not doing this on the porch. He hesitated, then stepped inside. Luna stood near the staircase, arms crossed tightly over her chest, refusing to look at him. Rich sat on the sofa, his expression unreadable, but his eyes full of fury, restrained by effort. Finn took a step forward, his voice trembling. Steffy, Luna. Rich rose. Don't start with excuses, son. You've said enough. Finn swallowed hard. I'm not going to deny what happened. I crossed the line with April. It was wrong, and I will regret it every day of my life. But it wasn't love. It wasn't a plan. It was weakness. Steffy's jaw tightened. Weakness. You call it weakness when you strip every ounce of trust from your family. He looked at her with tear-filled eyes. I was lost. You were distant. I felt like I was losing you. Rich snapped, stepping between them. Don't you dare put that on her. Finn nodded, defeated. You're right. It's my fault, all of it. Steffy's voice cracked. Then own it. Don't justify it. Don't make me your reason. There was a long silence. Luna's breathing hitched. She could barely hold it in. Finally, she spoke, voice sharp, shaking. You broke her heart. You broke mine too. Finn turned toward her. Luna, I'm sorry. She cut him off, eyes brimming with tears. You're sorry? That's supposed to fix it. You think sorry will make me forget what I saw? Her words trembled like glass about to shatter. You were my hero, and now you're just like every other liar. She ran up the stairs, slamming her door. The sound echoed like a gunshot through the house. To the whispering world. By noon, the story had leaked. Someone no one knew, who had tipped off a gossip blogger that Steffy Forrester's husband had been seen entangled in scandal at the hospital. SFGJK, but not vague enough. The photo attached, a blurry still of Finn and April walking closely together after hours, was damning. Forrester Creations buzzed like a hornet's nest. Designers whispered in corners. Assistants avoided Steffy's eyes. Thomas, returning from a trip, stormed into the executive office and slammed the article down on the desk. Who leaked this? He demanded. Do you have any idea what this does to our image to her? Steffy, sitting behind her desk, kept her hands folded. Let them talk. I have nothing to hide. Thomas frowned. You don't, but he does. Steffy looked up, her voice firm. He'll face me tonight, but this time it won't be private. Thomas's eyes widened. You're going too? She nodded yes. If he humiliated me in secret, he'll explain himself in the open. 3 April's guilt. Meanwhile, across town, April sat in her small apartment, hands trembling around a cup of coffee gone cold. Her phone vibrated constantly. Missed calls from the hospital, angry voicemails, reporters demanding comment. She ignored them all, staring at the single message from Finn on her screen. We have to tell the truth before it gets worse. She typed and deleted 3 replies before finally writing. There's more to tell than you think. Her fingers hovered.
Moments later,
then she hit
there was a
send. Knock on the door. She opened it to find Luna standing there, pale eyes red, but blazing with fury. You have 5 minutes. Luna said, use them well. April's voice shook. Luna, I'm sorry. I never meant to hurt you. Luna stepped inside. Then why did you? April swallowed. It started months ago, late nights at the hospital. He was lonely. I was broken, but I swear I ended it before you found out. Luna stared at her in disbelief. You ended it the night I walked in. How noble of you. April's eyes filled with tears. You think I don't hate myself? You think I don't see his face every time I close my eyes? Luna's jaw clenched. You're not the one who has to tell my mother why her marriage is falling apart. April's expression changed, softer, almost pleading. Luna, you don't understand. It's not what it looks like. There's something more, something you need to know. Luna frowned. What are you talking about? April hesitated, heart racing. Finn wasn't the only one who betrayed someone. I think I was being used. Luna's eyes narrowed. Used by who? April bit her lip, afraid by someone who wanted to hurt your family. Someone powerful. Before Luna could press her, April's phone rang. She glanced at the caller ID block number. Her face went pale. She declined the call. I can't say more. Not yet. Luna stared at her for a long moment, then turned to leave. When you finally grow a spine, maybe you can tell me who's destroying my family. Until then, stay away from all of us. She slammed the door behind her for the public reckoning that evening. Forrester Creations' main conference room was packed with press and staff. Steffy had called a formal statement meeting, something rarely done outside of product launches. When Finn arrived, he was met with flashing cameras and murmurs. Ridge stood by the door, arms crossed, guarding Steffy like a lion, protecting his cub. Steffy stepped up to the podium, immaculate in a black suit. Her voice calm but icy. Today there's been speculation about my marriage. Rather than let rumors destroy reputations and livelihoods, I'm speaking directly. She paused, eyes sweeping the room. My husband, Dr. John Finnegan, made a mistake that has hurt our family deeply. What happens next will stay between us, but I will not tolerate lies or half-truths. Reporters fired questions, cameras flashed. Finn stood behind her, head bowed, enduring every second. Finally, one bold voice called out, Dr. Finnegan, did you have an affair with April Henderson? The room fell silent. Finn looked up, eyes glassy but resolute. Yes, and it was wrong. I betrayed my wife, my vows, and my own sense of honor. I will spend the rest of my life earning back the trust I've broken. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Steffi turned slightly, face unreadable. She added quietly, and whether forgiveness comes or not, that's between us, but I will not let this define me or my daughter. She turned and walked away, leaving Finn under the harsh lights alone. Fine. SFG, the hidden hand. After the conference, Steffi retreated to her office, trembling from the adrenaline. Ridge followed, closing the door behind him. You did the right thing, he said softly. She exhaled. Then, why do I feel empty? Before Ridge could answer, Thomas Boston, phone in hand. You need to see this on the screen, was an anonymous email sent to several fashion blogs. Attached were text screenshots between April and an unknown number messages that suggested April had been pressured into getting close to Finn. You know what to do. Get him to slip. Take pictures if you can. If Steffi falls, Forrester falls. Rich's face darkened. Someone set this up. Steffi stared at the screen, voice trembling. Who would do that? Thomas hesitated. Maybe someone with a grudge against the Forresters, or someone who wanted to break HFTF apart from the inside. Steffi's eyes widened. Deacon Ridge frowned. That doesn't make sense, but she shook her head. He's been too quiet since the takeover, too strategic. Maybe this isn't about Finn's mistake. Maybe it's about control. The thought chilled her. 6 Luna's resolve that night. Luna sat on the balcony of her mother's house, staring at the Los Angeles skyline. Her phone buzzed with messages, sympathy, curiosity, gossip. She ignored them all. Finn texted, please talk to me. I miss you. I need you to understand. She typed nothing back. Her mind replayed April's trembling words. Someone wanted to hurt your family. Was it true, or just another layer of deceit? Her heart still ached for her mother, for herself, but another feeling had begun to grow underneath determination. If someone had manipulated her father, they would pay, and if he had done it all on his own, she'd make him face every ounce of pain he caused. She looked up at the stars, whispering to herself, I'm not a child anymore. No more secrets. 7 April's last confession. Meanwhile, April sat alone in her car outside the hospital parking garage, trembling as she reread the threatening text she'd just received. Keep quiet, or you'll regret it. You weren't hired for love. You were hired for leverage. Tears streamed down her face. She typed a reply. Who are you? Why me? No answer came, only silence and the faint echo of footsteps behind her car. A shadow crossed the rearview mirror. She turned, but the space was empty. Heart pounding, she started the car and drove into the night, terrified and alone. Closing scene back at the Forrester mansion. Steffy stood by the window, watching the city lights twinkle below. Rich had gone home, the staff had left, and Luna was asleep upstairs. Finn appeared quietly at the door. You shouldn't be here, she said. Without turning around, he stepped closer. I just wanted to see you, to see if there's hope. She faced him, eyes tired but clear. Hope takes truth, and you're still hiding something. He hesitated. There's something I didn't tell you. Something about April. Her stomach twisted. What now, Finn? He took a deep breath. She wasn't the one who came onto me first. Someone pushed her into it. Someone sent her after me. Steffi's heart skipped. Finn looked into her eyes, haunted. I don't know, but I think whoever it was, they're not done yet. The clock chimed midnight outside. The wind rose. The game had changed, from betrayal to conspiracy, from heartbreak to danger, and in the distance, a phone lit up on an unknown desk displaying a single message. Phase 2 begins tomorrow.